hope you guys are doing well. This is Meg from AIM Fitness Online, and I wanted to hop on here for a very quick weight loss Q&A. So I have recently become certified as a weight management consultant, and I just launched a weight loss program, and I'm putting together a weight loss course because I know that the topic of weight loss is so important for those over the age of 50. Weight loss is hard, it's challenging, it is really not as simple as we think because there's so many factors that go into it. So over the next few weeks, I'm going to be diving in a little bit deeper, doing some YouTube videos and going live on my Facebook page to really talk to you about weight loss and really give you my best knowledge that can hopefully help you on your journey. So today I'm going to be answering 3 questions that I've had submitted to me. If you do have any questions that come up, do leave them in the comment section because I'm going to be doing more of these Q&As in the future. So the first question that we got, this is from Martha, is why is weight loss harder as one gets older? Awesome question, because the truth is it is harder as you get older. Now, the first reason, a few different reasons, and I'm not going to get to all of them today. I'll do the best I can with the time that I have. But as we age, as people get older, I don't know if you've heard this, but your body naturally puts on 1 to 2 pounds every single year. So this may not seem like a lot, but if you are, let's say, 35 and you start putting on 1 to 2 pounds every year, by the time you're in your 70s or 80s, that's a lot of weight. That's a lot of extra weight. Now, if you've had a year like we have this past year with the pandemic, I know so many people who put on like 15 to 20 to even more weight than that. So maybe that's your situation. And if you've already had an extra 20 pounds on before, you may feel really discouraged. So it's good to know our body naturally puts on more weight, but it makes it that much harder to lose it. Now, something else that happens, another reason we put on more weight as we age, is that we lose muscle. So at the age of 30 years old, you start losing between 3 to 8% of your muscle mass, your lean muscle. And I'm going to go into it a little bit more, but muscle burns more calories than fat does. So if you have lost a lot of your muscle, you're going to be burning fewer calories. That's just how it is. So I'll go into more depth into that in the next question. Now, another change is hormones. As you're getting older, your hormones have changed. If you're a woman, you've gone through menopause, and most likely you have experienced more weight gain around your stomach area, and that's due to estrogen going down. So because of that, that can also be another reason that you're having trouble losing weight because of hormone changes. For men, it's testosterone, and that changes as well. Now, interesting enough, men have an easier time losing weight. And I've seen this. I've worked with couples in the past. They've both been in their 70s. They both are eating the same diet. And the man is able to lose the weight really fast. He's able to develop muscle faster. His wife was having a harder time, and she was really discouraged. She goes, this is not fair, Meg. This is not fair. So I hear you. But there's ways that you can make a difference. And that leads us into our second question, which is, can we boost or restart our metabolism? This question is from Steve. Thank you, Steve. Great question. The good news is yes, you can restart, you can kickstart your metabolism, and I'm going to share 3 ways in which you can do that. There's so many more ways, and you know, guys, I could talk about this for a long time. I am looking for a webinar topic for the month of August. So let me know if you want me to dive a little bit deeper into weight loss, nutrition, and that might be a really good topic to do next month. Let me know if that's of interest because I can go so much deeper into these topics. So the question is, can we boost our metabolism? So that your metabolism starts slowing down at the age of 40. And maybe you notice that. Maybe you're able to, do a lot more, you were able to eat whatever you wanted, you lost the weight quickly, or you just didn't put it on. And then after the age of 40, that's when your metabolism starts slowing down. Now, every pound of muscle, so this is the difference between having more muscle mass versus more fat. Every pound of muscle uses 6 calories per day just for being there. So just because you've got that muscle mass, it burns 6 calories. This is without moving. This is without even exercising. Now, on the other hand, fat only burns 2 calories per day. Only 2. And this is a pound. So a pound of muscle versus a pound of fat. So if you think about the fact you've lost a lot of your strength, you've lost a lot of your muscle mass, maybe you're feeling quite jiggly, you don't feel quite as toned, you know that you're not as strong, that's a really good way to know if you've lost a muscle mass. What we want to focus on is we want to focus on weight training. So using weights, using resistance bands, doing standing exercises where you're actively moving your body and creating and building muscle. That is so, so important because as we age, we lose it. So it is essential if you're wanting to lose weight, you've got to get moving. You've got to focus on building back that muscle. Now, good news for us all is that muscle doesn't know how old you are. It doesn't know how old you are. Your muscles don't know. So that means, and I have seen this so much. I have a client who's 80. She had never exercised before, ever. She was brand new. And I had her lifting light weights. We started very light in the beginning, and we were using resistance bands. And I was physically able to see her building the muscle. It was a few weeks, and actually maybe a few months in. I said, flex your arm for me. And she did. And she had a muscle. She was so proud of herself, but it was just proof that someone who had never exercised before is able to develop muscle. And this is so important. If you are not using weights, if you're not using resistance bands, be sure to follow me on YouTube, subscribe. I've got so many videos you can watch. And if you're looking for extra support, myself and my trainers, we offer one-on-one personal training, so we can help you. You don't have to go into this alone. We can support you, we can set a plan together, so you just need to follow it, and it's so, so simple. So no excuses. Everyone over the age of 40 should be doing weight training, in my opinion, and especially if you want to boost that metabolism to lose weight. Point number 2, high intensity exercise is also essential. That will help to speed up your metabolism as well. Now, not only during your workout, but after, you continue to burn calories. So what does that mean? What is a high intensity workout? So you're probably not wanting to do crazy, there's something called HIIT training, high intensity interval training. That's very intense. A lot of people around my age, 20s, 30s, 40s, they're into that. If you're in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, that may not be your thing. So instead, what you can do is when you're going for a walk, you can go at a good pace, and then you can speed it up. You can go for maybe about 15 to 20 to 30 seconds, speeding it up. If you have a hard time or you don't feel comfortable doing that, do it marching on the spot. So you don't have to travel in order to bring that heart rate up, to bring up that intensity. So I do suggest that. Another thing you can do are some seated chair cardio exercises. And I do these quite often. I'll show you guys really, really quick. You can do something like jumping jack taps, where you're sitting and you're tapping your legs and your arms, reaching overhead like this. And you can really get that heart rate up very quickly while sitting in a chair. And I'd recommend doing it at a good pace, a decent pace for about 45 seconds, and then speed it up for 15 and go back and forth. Do a few of those. Notice that heart rate going up. So important to boost our immune system and our metabolism. Last point about the metabolism is we need to fuel with water. There was a study that was done that showed that people who drank 8 or more glasses of water burned more calories than those just having 4 glasses of water every day. So if you are wanting to burn calories, if you're wanting to see changes there, drink more water. It's so simple. It's so simple, but we just need to remind ourselves to do that. It's about getting into the habit of doing it. Last point I'll make here, in my opinion, why people put on weight is that a lot of people become less active. If you've downsized, maybe you're not doing things like the lawn care, the cleaning, going up and down stairs, running after children in the same way that when you were younger. That could be one reason. And you know, our lifestyles have changed. We have TVs, we have devices, a lot of our routines have to do with sitting down or having large meals. I haven't even talked about meals. Isn't that interesting? We can talk about weight loss and not even talk about food. So that shows lots going on. Last question I'm going to get to is food. So from Tensi, you were asking, what are some foods that lead to inflammation? So if any of you have arthritis, if you feel that often you're just kind of bloated, you feel like, oh wow, I've put on weight just after this meal or after what I ate. What could be the problem is that your body isn't reacting well to the food that you're putting in your body. And there's a lot of food that leads to inflammation. One of that is sugar. So looking at the food that you eat, I have a friend who's doing a sugar fast right now, and she's like, Meg, everything is sugar, everything, including the pasta. Pasta is packed full of sugar. Sauces, so much, it has sugar in it. So do read your labels. If you are really wanting to lose weight, you're really serious about it, move away from the processed food. Move towards the whole food. So having more veggies in your diet. If you are looking for seasonings to add to your food, go for something more natural. I love having a lemon on hand. The other day I made some fish and I squeezed some lemon juice and put some pepper on it and some sea salt, and that was awesome. So just making changes like that can make a big difference. Something else to avoid if you suffer from inflammation is red meat and processed meat. I do encourage you to try out some vegetarian meals. I was a vegetarian for about 2 years, and I started introducing legumes. I started having a lot more vegetables. There is protein in vegetables, which we don't always hear about. So having veggies is really, really good. So try swapping out a few of your meals per week. You don't need to have meat every day. Try having some vegetarian options. Alcohol is something else that may make you feel bloated or inflamed. And then finally, refined grains. So that's bread, that's pasta, that's pastry, any of those things that you eat and you just kind of feel like, I don't feel 100%. Quite often, food inflammation also leads to feeling sluggish. So if you have like a big bowl of pasta and you're like, all I want to do is put up my feet, I don't feel 100%, I don't feel very energized, then make a note of it. I'm working with a woman right now on her weight loss goals, and every week we touch base, and I've said to her, the best thing you can do right now is to write down every single meal, every single snack, everything you put in your body, and then you can start to chart and track and notice, how do you feel after you have that pasta? Maybe not as good as you think. How do you feel after having a beer? Okay, maybe there's time to look at some alternatives, because ideally it's going to be hard to lose weight if you don't feel 100%. And if the food that you eat is not energizing you, but it's making you feel drained, it's going to lead to other things. It's going to lead you to feel like you don't want to exercise, you don't want to move, because it's just, you don't have the energy for it. So it is this cycle. Food, our diet, our exercise, our energy level, it's all tied together. So it's really important for us to know that and to be aware. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's Q&A. Leave a comment. Let me know below if you'd like to dive a little bit deeper into these questions. I do have some more, so I will hop on here next week and do another Q&A. So I want to thank everyone for your questions. Thank you for submitting them. And do let me know if you have interest to learn more about weight loss, having to do with nutrition, and with the way that we think about our bodies, because I would be happy to do a webinar in August on this topic if that's of interest. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for being here, and you're welcome, Steve. All right, Bonnie, nice to see you too. Thanks for joining live. We'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.